there a difference between the offense that you faced last year and the one you're going to face Saturday?
A lot of similarities. What they do on offense has been extremely productive. Coach Holgerson does a great job with that offense. And, of course, Gino's done a wonderful job running it. I just think they've become even more efficient. I think towards the end of last season and then the bowl game last year and then on through this year, you can see their offense continue to grow. And especially with Gino's confidence playing back there and their offensive line doing a nice job, with the center directing the traffic. And, I just think more than anything it's the same offense. They have a couple wrinkles here and there, and Dana does a nice job game planning and, adjusting to the different things he sees going into a particular game. But you can tell it's still the same offense and structured the same way. They just do a great job running it.
Can you see the difference, I don't know, I suppose, in what they do now as opposed to last time you saw them when they were pretty much in their infancy, almost in the middle of last season, middle of the first season, rather than the end of season 2 in that offense?
That's hard to say. I don't know if I can answer that, really. I think when we played them last year, they were rolling. They had the one of the top offenses in the country going into our game, so they were doing a great job. And I remember watching the Clemson game in the end of the year there in the bowl game, and just thoroughly impressed with how much more they continue to add to the offense. And he does such a good job keeping the concepts the same and just changing up variances of how they get to things and the way it looks pre-snap and moving some great athletes. And those are the things that I think that they've done a great job with.
When you see a team that you're probably missing a key piece, do you try to change things to take advantage of that? And can you do that even this late in the preparation process?
I think it's hard to. I think I think if it's a particular position, a skill position's a little bit different than the guys up front. No, I think what you do is what you do, and you go into it and just, play as well as you can, as hard as you can, and don't worry.
Sure. Last year looks like going up against this offense putting up, Geno Smith has put up 4,000 yards. The two receivers, Stedman Bailey and Tavon Austin, they've put up over 3,000 yards. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for the defense in this game?
I think it'll be the same that it's been the last couple seasons. They've always had a very potent offense. As I mentioned earlier, going into our game last year, they were one of the best offenses in the country. Geno's numbers were unbelievable, and he's just continued to do that. So it'll be the same challenge, with really just trying to really focus in on who we are more than anything else. And it's still going to come down to the fundamentals of playing hard-nosed football, being physical, tackling well, and trying to find a way to create turnovers, something that they've done a nice job protecting. I think he's got 40 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, which is unbelievable. Bailey's 23 touchdowns. They're just such a productive offense. We'll have our hands full like every team that plays them does, and we just hope that we can keep them to a point less than what our offense can put up.
A lot of people have been saying this will be a shootout. This is a high-scoring game. And what kind of a motivation does that give you to make sure that doesn't happen?
I try not to think about those things, try to just control the controllables and go one play at a time, and all those things that you guys hate us to say, all the cliche things that are so true, but really just try to focus in on controlling things, try to adjust to the elements as we go. Any variances that they have in their offense as we go through that first quarter will be key that we do a good job adjusting to.
Some of the weather forecasters said that it might be snowing during the game. Is there any forecast in particular that you're hoping for during the game?
I personally would like to see sub-zero temperatures with 15 to 25 inches of snow throughout the course of the game. That's just me, though. I'm sure Coach Hackett would look for a different forecast.